Hello guys, Absoul here. We have a fan tourney season 13 match here between Meruru on the left versus Absoul on the right. You can check the current tournament bracket standings in the description of this video. So before we start, we're going to take a look at the boxes here. Meruru here is running a 3 healer box with Liana, Iris, and Tiaras healers. And Absoul is running 4 healers with Liana, Tiaras, Iris, and Close. And then we have the standard rest of the boxes with 2 tanks. So let's get started here. Absoul starts with an Iris band, so we might be seeing all 3 healers banned at the start. Here Meruru goes for Landius band and picks up Landius for himself. And as expected, we have all healers banned. Here Absoul is kind of forced to pick up the juggler here, having the Landius banned. And over here I would expect some sort of off healer like Rachel being picked up here next. Next we see Lestel and Bozo bands. They are pretty good against no healer teams. Any sort of AoE from Bozo can be quite devastating. Lestel reversing healing from the few healers, off healers that are remaining in the team can be pretty good as well. So here we have a Yulia second pick. Yulia can be healing with her gift of eternal life, so that's something that can help heal up the rest of the team. And here on Absoul's side, we have a Zarda second pick, which goes pretty well with Juggler faction buffing for Juggler as well. While Absoul banned Zarda here, and also Luna, I would have probably banned the Rachel here. Rachel is also a very strong AoE healer, dispeller, and goes well with the Landius. She also can give Gospel to Yulia, so not sure why. Luna is also pretty strong with Yulia, giving her faction buff, King's Crown buff, as well as movement speed. So here we see 2 more strong bans against the Zarda. Luna can help speed up Zarda. Clara goes well with this existing Meteor team. So here, as expected, Meruru picks up Rachel. And here Absoul bans out the Lestel and picks up Yulia here. Finally we see some healer bans. We see 2 of the stronger AoE dispeller banned, Close and Liana. So Meruru picks up Bozo here. After banning the Dispellers, Bozo makes a very strong AoE debuff. So here Absoul picks one of the healers after getting 2 healer bands, picking up Tiaras here. Tiaras can be pretty good, giving attack blessing to any of these units, or even Juggler as well. And for last pick, we have a Juggler last pick. Juggler is also pretty strong, being able to heal up the team when damaged. Juggler is also strong in general when you have tanks like Landius. Landius can protect your team, while this Juggler goes Beast Shock, the opponent Juggler disable their tank. And here at the end we have a Shelfaniel being picked up. She's not going to be as effective versus the Juggler, but repeated AoEs can do serious damage. Okay, let's check out their skills. We have double AoE with Seal, Gospel, Reaper, and Arcane Blast. Here we have Faith for additional healing. Here we have no Magic Guard, but we do have Master of Ice, Triton, and Beast Shock. Over here there is no attack skills on the Juggler, but there is faction buff for Tiaras. This looks like some sort of mistake here, since this juggler is already going to receive action buff from Zerda. And here it brings Shadow Raid and Slice Stride. Now she's going to be using these Hellfire Archers. Not going to be as effective versus if you're going to be attacking into Yulia. But otherwise, she might be able to do enough damage versus these squishier mages. But not bringing backstab means if she fails to kill versus this Landius aura, it can be pretty bad. And here, as expected, we have a bunch of AoEs from Shelfamio and Attack Blessing. Alright, so first turn, they're just going to be moving forward using faction buffs. We see a turn 1 miracle, so Absoul is expecting to engage immediately. Here Meruru is setting up both tanks to be in the front, possibly waiting out the buffs from Absol's side. Well, here we have 2 Breeze. One of them, yes, here. This is one of the issues with not banning Landius when you're going to run something like this. So the Hellfire Archers ended up getting the kill, but without this amount of damage, and if Bozo had some sort of defense buff, Bozo could have a lot more easily survived that kind of attack. So here, Zerda had a +3 mobility buff from Tenyo's hat, going up to 10. Basically getting any target here. On the same on Meruru side, he also got a +3 mobility on this Yulia, now having access to pretty much everyone here. So here, if the Bozo had just slightly more defense from a defense buff or, well, anything, might have survived. And here we see a trade. Actually not getting the kill on Zerda. That really shows you the strength of her passive. She actually didn't get her passive, she just survived. That is quite impressive. Alright, since Meruru moves first, he gets the kill on the Zerda there. Absoul opens up with a attack on this juggler. That attack was on the trees where Landius guarded. So Landius just barely survives, not losing his first health here. But now Yulia is going to disable the guard on this juggler. Juggler cannot move anymore. And now this Yulia is going to be a problem to remove. So this heal gets Yulia just enough health in case Yulia does get attacked. Her Godly Menace should bring her above 70% health. This Arcane Blast should kill the Yulia here. Yes, it does. So bringing all these AoEs from Meru's side was really good against the Yulia there, since Meruru was able to do damage to the Yulia without using direct combat. Now Meruru have the advantage here, being able to heal with either Juggler being attacked, Rachel attacking, or Yulia attacking. Now this Juggler can disable the opponent's Juggler with a Beast Rock or something, and then Meruru can run over the rest of the team here, while the Juggler here is disabled. Xiaofaniu ended up killing herself attacking to Rachel. That's not usually surprising considering how Rachel have very strong sorceress troops. Alright, so that's the end of game 1. Meruru wins the first game. Let's check out the second game here. Alright, so here we're seeing the same bands. We're seeing this, Landius again, and we're seeing Iris first band. Absoul this time goes for a first pick Zarda. So Meruru goes after two of the better meteor units, Juggler Tank and the Claret. This time actually first picking Liana, a healer. So not first picking a tank here. So both sides are going to be running tankless. Now, I'm not too familiar with these basically tankless strategies, so we'll just have to see how this is played out. On the left we have 3 dark units. On Meru's side we have a Luna, giving move speed buff to both Leonhardt and Cherry here. So Absoul ended up with 2 healers here, and so did Meruru. Alright, let's see. So this time Zard is going with Alhazard and Killing Blow. That the Dark Faction buff, AoE and Sleep. Here we have a Lestel with 3 skills, Attack Blessing Miracle, and all healing from close. Over here we have Attack Blessing Miracle, Wind God Realm, and Faction buff for the Princess. Here we have the Dark Goblin Elf, Goblin Knights. So Cherry's going to receive +2 mobility from Wind God Realm, using 3C and Shadow Rapier, so she have very long attack range here. And here we have a Teleport Air Slash, Leonhardt, and the Gospel for Leonhardt's attack. So immediately we're going to start off with Attack Blessing. And teleporting already. Oh, Hazard used. In range to attack this Leonhardt here. And here, Meruru opens up with both Wind God Realm and Faction buff. He could have actually went here first, Wind God Realm, and the turn here, Faction buff. Also applying King's Crown buff to Leonhardt. So now let's see this Cherry's attack range. Cherry is in range to strike this Lestel with Attack Blessing. can be pretty good. So other things he could have done is go here, use Wingald Realm in the turn here with faction buff. This gives King's Crown buff to both of these units. Here we have a Miracle, reducing attack blessings damage here by 15%. And opening up with Aurora Rings as well. Alright, Leonhard goes in without any sort of attack buffs or percent damage buffs. Damage is not that impressive, but we'll see if yeah, the Air Slash against Zerda that has no troops, it's just good enough. And here, not having the King's Crown buff, not lethal, attacking to Listel. But Absoul just concedes the match right there. I think Absoul could have maybe made a comeback, but it was hard to say there. Right, that's game 2, and Meruru wins both games 2-0 over Absoul. Right, that's the end for now. I will see you guys next time.